side control. Side control is arguably one of the hardest positions to deal with underneath. And the reason for that is the amount of options the person on top has. Let me explain. So, like, if I'm on mount on you, I'm not upgrading. I'm hunting submissions or holding. If I'm on back control, I'm not upgrading. I'm hunting positions. I'm hunting submissions or holding. Where on side control, knee ride, mount, back control, switch base forward, switch base reverse. There's a lot of stuff that can do. So, as far as the options go, they have more options to attack positional wise and offensive wise. Where most of the other positions, it's either have a really good way to upgrade or they have a really good way to attack. So I need to kind of cover all my bases on side control, which means that I'm trying to deny the access of the upgrade while I'm trying not to get submitted, which is really hard to do. So the first part that I'm going to cover is what we call distance management, and it will help restrict the ability of my partner to be able to upgrade to majors, knee ride and mount, where they still might be able to switch base forwards and backwards, but they're not getting any more points. Okay, so Marcus is on side control first of all, on the side. So a lot of the time that we're here, the two majors that I do, the two majors I do, a lot of times you bridge the time to the downward is if I bridge, I've committed my feet and I'm turning in. So he just puts his knee on me, he's got the really easy upgrade to knee right and to mount. The downfall about it is, because he has the underhook from here, he can walk my hands up, and turn me, so I can't stop the step over. He can use the knee side across my body and upgrade. So the issue that I have is his hip and his knee position. And I can't get my frame in. So I'm going to start my frame on the outside or start the hands on the bad side. So this is pretty much, I'm not shit crease, but I've got one paddle. I've got to make it really big on. So I've already worked out that if I want to stop the upgrade, I need to move away. But if I turn my back, he gets the upgrade. If I turn towards him, he gets the upgrade. So I'm going to bring my knees in to my chest. I'm going to kick in his face. Put my frame in. What I'm trying to do is get this distance, so it's hard for him to upgrade easily. And it's looking, so the system wants to help the break. So what I'm doing is I'm going up my arms in this, so my arms above the hip. So if I just go like this, he can follow me. But if I try to go kick, it gives me that little explosive power and allows my hand to come in. Secondly, the distance management. I've got, it's hard for me to upgrade. Even if it does go upgrade to knee right, I've got this ability to keep him at bay where it's harder for him to upgrade. So let's just have a look at that from a different point of view. If you guys want to move, you can. So I'm not going to bridge, because if I bridge, I can both my feet to the ground. So what I'm doing is I'm bringing my feet in. And what I'm doing is I'm kind of using I guess kinetic energy. And I'm probably wrong. It's probably not kinetic energy. I don't know. Let me explain. So I go from here, I load up my energy, and then I explode and I kick my hip out. What it does is it gets the distance down, but more importantly, my frame can come in. Now, if you watch my YouTube video, you can comment. Is that kinetic energy?
Potential kinetic energy.
Potential kinetic energy. Like, I've got the potential to be world champion. Alright? If you're watching it, potential kinetic energy. So I'm here, I'm using my potential kinetic energy because everyone has potential. Okay. So I bring it in here, and what I'm doing is I turn to explode. Don't explode here because you're not going to get any purchase. So I explode here. What I'm doing is as I explode, I turn to face my partner. Potential kinetic energy. Okay, fire it up, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so the drive and the energy. So I want to try to explain this as I go through. So number one is I try to move away from my partner so I'm not holding my partner. Number two, I try to use my tricep as a brace against my partner. So when I create the distance, my elbow can fit in. So in both ways, I raise my right hip off the ground. So that gives me a big space. So as I'm kipping, I'm turning my hip. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to corkscrew from here. So I'm here, and what I'm doing is as I'm going here, I'm turning and I corkscrew. That'll make my arm come in and be able to reframe. It's a kind of unique sensation. It's kind of hard to get the habit of. But once you get this, getting out of mount, you keep this stable mount, and that becomes really easy. So what I'm seeing is some of you guys go, yeah, you're going like that, but you're not getting any purchase. So what I'm trying to do is, the way I go here is I've got a space underneath my hips, so when I kick, I can move to get my framing. And that's what breaks his grip, and that's what kind of makes him do the upper movement stuff, where if I'm here, I'm not going to, like, see how his chest doesn't move? So once I go here, right, I've got this whole dynamic to be able to almost turn 180 degrees to come up. Okay, let's try it again, guys. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to try and explain it to you. I have 3 options that generate from here. And I'm working from the negative, like my arm's on the bad side. I don't want to bring my hand in too early because the head arm choke, etc. I also don't want to leave it out where he can arm bar and kimura. So if I kind of bring my knees in, turn, explode. Or I now have the option to bring my hand on the inside. So the reason why, one of the things I'm focusing on is my elbow has to be higher than my hand. My elbow has to be higher than my hand. If my hand's higher, I'm pushing it back onto my hips, which is what I'm trying to do. My elbow's higher, pushing it off me. So what I see, like if that goes here, and they're almost pushing it back onto, even though I can hip escape, I'm only limited by this motion. Once I'm here, I can actually start to get a lot more purchase and movement. So when I circle the firearm under, I always want to kind of have a frame system where I'm pushing him offside, I'm not pushing him back onto me. It's really important, like such a crucial detail. So my elbow's on the outside, I can't get it in. I turn, I raise my hip, I kick, bop, come under from there, and I'm using my elbow high. This also means I can double my frame up if you're a bigger person. Secondly, this is the same. I'm not bringing my knee through. But if he drops his right hip to the ground, it's going to smash past my guard, and I'm back in exactly the same position again, and I'm not going to get a second bite. I might, but I don't see the point in doing something over and over again and expecting a different outcome. So what I'm trying to do instead is I'm doing my distance management. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So the downfall once goes, because I've pushed him back onto his haunches, he can't upgrade it easily because the weight's going down. 2 choices. Option number 1 is this. I walk my hips and my bum backwards, I walk my head forward, I drive my hand under. I walk my hips and my legs backwards, I drive my head under. In one motion, my left elbow goes high, my left knee goes low. My left elbow goes high, my left knee goes low. It only works if I'm under my partner. It doesn't work if I've got distance. He'll close my frame down. So again, nice and slow. You guys can't see coming out the top side. Let me back this to a little bit. Yep. So number 1, we've all got this. 1, 2, 3. Elbow high, elbow high. Homer Simpson. Woo! Woo! Bop. And again. Surprising how many times Homer Simpson comes into my jiu-jitsu classes. It's surprising. 1, hip, boom. Boom. Elbow high, off tight. Homer Simpson. Elbow high to take space. Knee down to turn. Pop up. Make sure I'm riding his hips. That means I'm constantly driving into my partner, and this gives me a whole pile of options what to do. As a general rule, I want to take this frame system out to be able to collapse my partner. As a general rule. Okay, who would like to see that one more time? Okay. Are you okay with that, Marcus?
Yeah.
Okay. So expose, but I'm moving away to create the space. So he can't upgrade a knee ride. Boom, rescue. Home chin back straight, knee down, come up, touch the front, and he can't do the same thing, so I'll pin his arm underneath my body, so it's harder for him to do that back swing. Once he's that, I don't know why this is an issue, but something that I see happens quite a lot. And I don't know if people are understanding what they're trying to do. I don't know if they kind of see me and goes, oh, that looks like Adam, I just do this. Or I don't know if it's a comfortable thing. But either way, it's wrong. Okay, so Marcus, come here. Top over, I'm just going to shortcut, so form from here. And once I'm here, it's this, right? Anytime I extend, he's going to overhook my arm and he's got me. Anytime I extend, right, anytime I have a straight arm, he's got me. Does that make sense? So what I'm trying to do from here is, I'm trying to go to his armpit and back. So it's the same, if my elbow that I've got my hand stays down. So if he tries an overhook or something, I can probably control my arm. So once we're kind of in this position and I'm here, I'm seeing people do that, you're going to get overhooked, thumb, anaconda, etc. And my anaconda doesn't want none. Yeah, sorry, wrong side. So once I'm in this, I'll walk under, and as soon as my elbow goes to the armpit, but see this hip? So that means that I can scoot. I can use that. Wherever I'm here, I'm going to go flat. I don't get any slide. So once I'm under and I go clear the space, I now use it as an explosive mechanic to come up to my partner. I can't get that because he hides it. Walk backside, tap the knee. So that little, the way that I got told was check to see if you put deodorant on. Because no one, so that motion. So let's go again, guys, 2 minutes. That would be by far my favourite and most common reaction and response to get out of it. I use that quite a fair bit. Depending on my partner and opponent's action and reaction. So this one's a little bit more when they're advanced and they kind of understand that I'm shooting it's an underhook. So they're going to take their hand backside to block my knee out, so I can't do the underhook escape. I'll talk you through. So Marcus is on side control again, please. I'm going to go slow motion. Okay. So on the bad side, so I'm here, I kick an escape, bomb, hand comes through, and it goes to here. And this is a pain in the butt. So the way that I'm going to do it is this. No, you're okay, you're cool. Is watch carefully. I'm going to put my right hip on the ground. I'm going to try and roll my right thigh onto his hand from here. I come up, I take it, and I get mine to the right. Yeah, it's a Kimura. It's wicked Kimura, hidden Kimura. Okay. So boom, and he goes under. So first thing first is this: I try and get my right hip and I block it. So what I'm doing is I'm driving off my left leg and blocking it out. So if I start to walk my hips forward, the Kimura comes off. It's such a weird sensation. Marco, come here. And we're going, I know, like everyone's like bullshit. that bullshit, Bushido. I like slow motion. Kipping escape, create the distance, it's number one key. From here, rescue. 12, comes in, he goes under. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to put my right hip onto his hand. I come round, I start holding it, so my right hand's up and I just put pressure. Come around this side, guys. Come around this side. Stay there. So what I'm doing, if you think about this way, is I put my right hip onto his hand so he can't move his hand. Now, as I walk my hips forward, it turns it to the Kimura. But I need this to hold it. Now all I do is I start to walk forwards, and there's Kimura. So anytime he goes under, right, can you just up just a fraction and move back my balls and what's in there. So anytime it's under, now one is I use my left leg to lift my hips and to drive on it. I'll walk my thigh forwards to put it into Kimura position. Now, I need my right hand to hold it, but let's just say, for argument's sake, I can't get my right hand. Left hand comes over. Even if I don't get the Kimura, I'm in such a good position to attack. Carlos, so slow motion again. Kipping, knees, create space, boom, hand comes through. I drive off my left leg, put all my weight here. Turn, hold it, more. Pulls out, here. Super deceptive, super sneaky, very adamant. 1, 2, 3. Little, so we're here. Kipping escape, boom, shanker, elbow comes in, hand goes under. So first thing I'll do is I'm driving off this foot, and I drive, I'm kind of like I'm rescuing guard, but I just put my hips onto it. So I just roll. So his arm's caught. I come over the back, I hold it, drive my hips forward. Now, if I get stuck, I put my knee through, and that's even worse. The beautiful thing about the knee is if he rescues his arm, okay, I've got a beautiful back take as well. So what I'm seeing is once the hand's here, is everyone's going like that, but he's just going to turn me back over. So I did that. Go slow motion. So Marcus is on self-control again. And yeah, so I'm here. You guys get a better view from this side if you want to. So I bring my legs in, I turn, I kick in the escape next. What Marcus does is he keeps all his weight over me. So like he's not that big and I'm like, man, I've been caught offside. So what I'm going to do from here is going to form a C and I go into the armpit and just start to push. Now, this is the hardest part about the entire move is I need to what we call a shrink. His weight is onto my hips, so I can't move my hips. I move my head. And that will allow me to start to come up, to be able to move, to be able to start to push him away and get out of it. So, let's move back in. So from here, I do exactly the same. So I go kipping escape, boom, elbow comes in, and he starts just to smother me. So I go from here. If I can, my hand doubles up, but it's not important. The hardest part about this is if I push him across my body, it's very hard to move. So what I try to do is I try to push him down my body. But the only thing is I've got to watch the step over my head with his leg, but it's not the end of the world. So what I'm doing is to nullify I bring my head and I move my hips. And that gives me this ability to start to rescue my arm or recover. So once I'm here, think about this, so if I try and move my hips, the bigger, strong goes on my hips. So I start to take my head down towards it and that allows my hips to move. Like a shrimping escape, I flare my knee to be able to come back under. Kipping escape. Boom. Here. Okay, so like this, start pushing down. See that reaction? My head comes under, rescue, and we're in a position to be able to start to attack my partner and do whatever I do. All three. I was never good to make attacks. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Go. Thank you. Thank you.